'Twas her famous schnitzel, and I ate up every scrap. And the plans for our boat trip to Greece to lay a wreath on the anniversary of Pa's death. I thought we girls should go on to the actual cruise alone, but Maya is flying over the week before with Floriano, who I can't wait to meet, and his daughter Valentina, Ali informed me. Star, Mouse, and his son Rory will be flying in, as well as Tiggy, her boyfriend Charlie, and his daughter Zara. Wow, I cut in. So Maya, Star, and Tiggy are all surrogate mothers to their partner's children? Yes, they are, Ali agreed. And as your surrogate mother, I know my girls will love the children in their care, no less because they are not blood, said Ma firmly. Is Cece coming? She said she will, yes. She hopes her grandfather and her friend Chrissy might come with her too. Her friend, Chrissy. Both Ma and Ali stared at me, and I wondered why I had to be the only one in the family to actually voice the truth. They're in a relationship, right? I don't know, Ali said, but she sounds very happy, which is the most important thing. But it was obvious from the get-go that Cece was gay, right? That she was in love with Star? Electra, it is not our place to pry into other people's private lives, interrupted Ma. But Cece isn't other people, is she? And besides, what's the problem? I'm happy for her if she's found someone she cares for. We really will be struggling for room, Ma continued relentlessly. Well, as the rest of you guys have all found families and it's just little old me by myself, if there isn't room, maybe I just shouldn't come. Oh, Electra, don't say that. You have to come. You promised. Ali looked genuinely upset. Yeah, well, maybe I can sleep in the secret basement Tiggy found when she was here, I replied, turning to Ma. Ali's expression threw daggers at me across the table, but I was too drunk to care. Ah, the basement. Ma regarded both of us. Yes, I did tell Tiggy it is there and there is no mystery to it. Once we have finished Claudia's wonderful apple strudel, I shall take you down myself to see it. I threw back a "so there" look to Ali, who raised her eyebrows in exasperation. And once the dessert was finished, Ma rose and took out a key from the box on the wall. Right. Shall we go down? There was no need for an answer, as she was already walking out to the kitchen and Ali and I filed after her. In the corridor, Ma took hold of a brass loop and pulled back a mahogany panel to reveal a miniature elevator. Why was this put in? I asked. As I explained to Tiggy, your father wasn't getting any younger and wanted easy access to all parts of the house. Ma opened the door and the three of us crammed inside. I immediately felt claustrophobic and took some deep breaths as she pressed a brass button and the door closed behind us. Yeah, I get that, but why did he hide it? I asked as the elevator began to move. Electra, shut up, will you? Ali hissed, by now beyond irritated with me. I'm sure Ma will explain everything. It was a 4-second ride, and I felt the bounce as we reached the bottom. The door slid open, and we all stepped into a very plain basement which, as Ali had said, was bounded on all sides by wine racks. And here you are. Ma stepped out and swung her arms around the room. Your father's wine cellar. She turned to me and smiled. I am sorry, Electra, that there is no great mystery. But, behind Ma, Ali's eyes sent me a message that even I realized I couldn't ignore. Well, it's very nice. I began to wander around the shelves, looking at what Pa had stashed down here. I pulled a bottle out. Wow, Chateau Margaux, 1957. This sells for over $2,000 in the best restaurants in New York. Pity I'm more of a vodka fan. Can we go back up? I need to check on Bear, said Ali, shooting me another warning glance. Just give me a couple more minutes, I replied, continuing to browse the racks, pulling out the odd bottle and pretending to study its label, while all the time keeping my eyes peeled for the hidden door Ali had talked about. On the right-hand side of the room, I peered at a 1972 Rothschild Burgundy and spotted the almost invisible lines of an opening in the plaster behind the racks. Right, I said, walking back to them both. Let's go. As we made our way towards the elevator, I noticed it had a solid steel surround. What's this for, Ma? I pointed at it. If you press that button, Ma indicated one side of the surround, it shuts the steel doors in front of the elevator. So you mean if we pressed it now, we'd be trapped down here? I asked, panic rising instinctively inside me. No, of course we wouldn't, Electra. But anyone trying to get into the cellar from the elevator would not be able to access it. It is a strong room, she explained as we squeezed back into the tiny space. Nothing unusual in the house of a rich family living in an isolated spot. If, God forbid, Atlantis was under attack from burglars or worse, we could seal ourselves in and call for help. And yes, chérie, Ma gave me a thin smile as we ascended the one floor upwards. It does have a Wi-Fi signal down there. Now, she said as we all exited the elevator and trooped back into the kitchen, and I noted where she hung the key in the box. Please forgive me, but I am weary tonight and must go to my bed. That's Bear's fault. You've been up since 5, Ma. I'll see to him tomorrow morning. No, Ellie. If I sleep now, I will be fine. I wake early anyway these days. Good night. She nodded at both of us and left the kitchen. I'm going up to check on Bear, said Ali, about to follow Ma before I tapped her on the shoulder. Then why don't you take the elevator? I picked the key back off the hook and dangled it in front of her. It goes up to the attic floor. There was a button for it in the lift. No, Electra. I'll be fine. Thanks. Suit yourself. I shrugged as she left to go upstairs. I fixed myself another